Today we're going to do a relaxing yoga. It's going to be a restorative yoga. So a couple props you can bring is a bolster or a pillow, 2 blocks, and strap is optional. You might want to have a wall or a door next to you for one of our poses. So let's begin. Come to an easy seat. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can do half lotus, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to begin finding our sit bones. And you can do palms down for grounding or palms up for energy. And we're just going to bring the mind into the here and now and try and check out of everything else. So I want you to close your eyes. Find your natural breath and try and observe your natural breath. Set an intention for this practice. Whether it's a phrase, a positive word, a reason why you are here. Something that speaks to you. So take a moment just to find that phrase or word. It could be something like calm, present, strong. Find your word or phrase. Now let's bring your thumbs together and your pointer fingers together, making a triangle with your hand. Bring it to your heart center. Take a few natural breaths. I want you to think, if my heart were planted, what would it grow? If my heart were planted, what would it grow? Take a few more breaths here, and you can bring your hands back to your knees, either palms up or palms down. And I want you to reflect on that. Can you focus on what your heart would grow? Would it grow kindness? What would it grow? Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose, filling our lungs. And let's let that breath come out the mouth in a nice big exhale. Another deep inhale through the nose, holding it at the tippy top, and exhale it out, letting it go. And we're going to begin our practice, so you can start blinking your eyes. And let's begin by coming to our mats and grabbing your bolster and lying it down on your mat. Long ways to the behind your sit bones, right behind your hip. And you can bring, this is optional, if you want more supported, we're going to do supported reclined butterfly. So you can bring your blocks on either side of your knees, and then you're going to slowly roll back on your bolster, right in the spine. Adjust yourself so you're comfortable, laying your arms to the side. Close your eyes. And try and release any tension you feel. Relaxing your muscles. Opening your heart, your hips. Now if you want less of a opening in the hips, you can bring your feet further away from your body. But if you want a little bit more, you can bring your feet closer to your body. And always adjust the blocks if you need to adjust the blocks to make sure that your legs are supported. And just find your natural breath here. Feel the flow of your breath going through your body. Listen to the sound your breath makes. Can you feel your heartbeat a little stronger? I can feel that in this pose. Focus on that natural breath. Take a few more moments here. As we move, we're going to do it slowly, beginning with bringing your knees together, feet on the mat. You can bring your hands by your side, palms down, and you can use your elbows and your forearms to help you look up and forward, and slowly make your way up, very slowly. Very nice. Now we're going to turn and we're going to do supported child's pose. So you're going to bring your knees wide as your mat. You're going to bring your bolster in between your legs and you're going to roll down onto your bolster. Hands on either side. And just make it to where this is just enough room for your head to lean on, and this will help relax your back and allow your body to open in the hips. You can either lay with your palms up alongside of you, or you can put them above your head, or you can just wrap your arms around the top of the bolster. We're going to start with our face on one side, and in the middle of the pose, we'll flip sides. So let's come back to the breath. You do have an option if you need a blanket under your heels or under your sit bones. Just make sure to get as comfortable as you can and relax into the pose. At this point, you can flip sides of your cheeks on your face. Turn your head. Just a couple more moments here. As we slowly roll up, let's bring our hands under our shoulders and slowly push up. And let's make our way to seated. Make our way to seated. So we're going to do a supported twist. So what I would like you to do is you're going to put a block upright like this on its side. And take your other block and put it on its side right in front of it. And then we're going to put our bolster lying on top of the two blocks. That's going to be our supported pose. So what we want to do is come to our side. Drop your knee down and down. So you're going to put your left knee behind you, and then your right knee, well, not your left knee, your left foot behind you. And then try and match your right knee parallel to the tops of your mat, and then that foot can come to your left one. And so we're going to go to the right, to the edge of the bolster, fixing any adjustments that fall. Any props that fall, just pick them up. We're going to inhale, grow tall, and exhale, we're going to twist and lay down on our bolster and holding it on our side. So this is our twist. So get as comfy as you can, because we're going to sit here for a little moment. And you can always straighten your leg if you need to, or come closer, but it's a little bit more of a twist if you can put this leg behind you. Just find your breath and relax into the pose. A few more moments here. As we slowly begin to move out of the pose, we're going to take it slow, bringing our hands under our shoulders and slowly sit up. Sitting forward, undoing our legs, maybe doing a counter pose, windshield wipering our legs. And let's move to the other side. So let's stack those blocks, one up and one on its side, and then bring that bolster back. Now you can just switch sides. Remember, we want to sit side to our mat. Left leg is angled in front of us to our knee, and to our right knee, it's just back, okay? So we're going to sit sideways next to our bolster. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, it's how we can twist. Bringing our side onto the bolster and hugging our blocks. Making any adjustments to get comfortable. Or you can bring your arms, like Sphinx arms, out front. Resting on your elbows. Well, I'm resting on one elbow. And relaxing your eyes. And trying to ease into the pose, following your natural breath. And breathing into any twists, any tension. Remembering you can come out early if there's any pain. Just notice if each side feels a little different from the other. And let's come to find our natural breath. Keep following your natural breath in and out. Just a few more moments. Now as we slowly come out of this pose, we're going to take our time, bringing our hands under our shoulders and slowly push up to seated. Now we're going to go on our right side, so I'm opposite of you. And you can get a block and put it on its side. The wide side goes on the mat. And then you can either use another block, or I prefer a bolster. And so we're going to do a supported side bend, so or supported side body stretch. So I guess those are very similar, aren't they? Okay, so we're going to sit, and I'm just putting my legs to the side, and we want our like our waist here. And then, so that we are, I guess, right around our rib cage. Okay, so our rib cage to the bolster, and our head on that block. And you can stay on your side, and then you're going to put your left arm up and over. So this is our supported side body stretch. Now, if this is too much, you can always just put your arms together on your side. If you like that stretch, up and over. Remembering to make any adjustments with your props to make sure you're comfortable and nothing is painful. And just breathe, following your breath. Just a couple more breaths here. Now as we move, we're going to go slowly, bringing our left arm back, bringing our left hand by our shoulder, and bringing our right hand up and pushing back slowly. Now you can easily sit and turn to do the other side, but so you can see me, I'll just switch sides here. Bringing that bolster or block to about the ribcage distance. I'm trying to figure out where that block goes for your head. Sitting with our knees out to the side, feet out to the side, and then just slowly make your way down, adjusting as you go. Bringing that hand in front of you, resting the block, left arm, up and over. Making sure to adjust. Or just keep this in front of you if it's too much. And just breathe, finding your natural breath. Breathing into that nice stretch. has one of my favorite songs come on. Couple more breaths here. Now as we move, we're going to go slowly, beginning with bringing our right arm back, bringing it by our shoulder, and pushing up to bring that other arm down, and slowly with ease sitting up. Now we're going to do a supported bridge. So what you want to do is slowly, easily come down to the mat, onto your back. And so what we're going to do is bring our feet hip distance apart. We're going to have our bolster handy. Now you can use a block, but I find it kind of pinches my little back nerve, and the bolster is way more gentle. It's more of a restorative feeling. So on an inhale, bring your hand down, and inhale, rise your hips up, bringing the bolster under your hips. So it's not under your butt exactly, it's your very low back. So you want your shoulders on the ground, arms can be out, feet can be at your hips, and we'll stay here for a moment before we do extended bridge, but you can always just stay here. Just breathe and try and relax. Now you don't want your feet to widen, you just want them to be towards each other just slightly. We'll take a couple more moments here, and then we'll do extended bridge. Now if you're going to do extended bridge with me, you bring your feet to the corners of your mat and not hit anything. And try and relax your feet wide, arms wide, and you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch in your lower back. And if it's too much, come back with your feet on the mat, and it'll lessen that stretch. But if that felt good, just stay here for a few more breaths. Very good. Let's bring our feet back into our supported bridge. And then what is helpful is to hold the sides of your bolster or your block, and we're going to do feet up in the air. So when you hold this, bring your knees together, hug it in. We'll pause here, just give a little hug. Feels so nice. And then we're going to bring our feet up. So here, if you have that, if you have your strap handy, you can use your strap, or you can just hold the bolster. So with having the bolster under your hips, I feel like it helps to keep your feet up a little bit easier than without the bolster. But this is a great pose. That's an inversion pose without having to technically be upside down, but it's your feet over your heart. So it's nice. Now you can move. You can make feet circles. You can kind of move them a little bit if you need to, or just hang out. So I guess we didn't need that wall or door, because otherwise I would have had you put them above the door, but with the bolster, it's a good replacement. Very good. Okay, so let's Hug our knees back in. Let's give a squeeze. Big, big squeeze. Let's bring our feet down. And then we're going to put our hands down. Lift your hips and remove the bolster. Lying on your mat, extending your feet, extending your arms. And take a moment here to see if you notice any sensations. Feel that new blood flowing through. Just relax here for a moment. Now I want you to get as comfortable as possible. Laying down. I highly suggest putting a bolster under your knees. Maybe grabbing an eye pillow, covering your eyes. Bring your arms to the side. With or without the bolster, you can still flop your feet out towards the outside of your mat. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Now finding your natural breath. Doing a body scan, noticing how you feel. Coming back to the idea of planting your heart and what it would grow. Coming back to the intention of the practice or that positive word. And reaping the benefits of this practice. Appreciating what your body did for you today and every day. Finding that natural breath, just observing it coming in through the nose and out the nose. Feeling the rise and fall of your lungs and ribs and sides. Now slowly making small movements. Coming back to this moment. Slowly reawakening all the new possibilities. Make your way onto one side, pausing for a little reflection, a little appreciation, just for showing up for yoga. Now slowly make your way to seated or stay where you are. You can come in easy seat, half lotus or lotus, something comfortable. And bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me.